All right, so I'm out in my backyard playing around with my equipment, and I thought this was the perfect opportunity to do a short little video and kind of let everybody know what I'm going to be carrying with me on this trip. So if you have any questions, feel free to put them down in the remarks, and I'll answer them for you. But we'll go ahead and turn this camera around, and I'll start talking about what I'm going to be taking with me. So hope you enjoy. I'll start out with my pack. It's probably the most important thing that I'm going to be taking because it's got to fit everything in it that I'm taking with me. I have a Hyperlight Wind Rider 3400. It's very light. It weighs just a hair over 2 pounds, so it kind of goes along with all the other stuff that I've got that is lightweight, and hopefully it won't break my body. But the second item of my big three is my Z-Packs duplex tent. It's a two-man tent that is made out of a material called Dyneema, and it feels almost like tissue paper, but it is extremely tough and extremely lightweight. That tent weighs just a hair over 1 pound. My sleeping system, I have a Thermarest sleeping pad. Underneath that, I have a 1-inch foam sheet that I got from Gossamer Gear. And from what I understand, it's going to keep that sleeping pad from sliding around all night as I'm tossing and turning throughout each evening. My camping quilt is an Enlightened Equipment down camping quilt. It was custom made, and I believe it's a 20-degree quilt. So in theory, it'll keep me warm down to 20 degrees. Inside of that, I'm going to have a Sea to Summit sleeping bag liner. This liner serves a number of purposes, and that's this red item that you're looking at. One, it's going to help keep my camping quilt clean. So I'm going to be getting awful dirty out there in very limited places to take showers and get cleaned up. So it's a lot easier to clean a liner than it would be to clean a down camping quilt. So those are my big three. I feel pretty confident that when I get in the Smoky Mountains, what I have here will keep me warm at night down to, if necessary, about 10 degrees. And if it gets colder than that, I will have some winter clothing with me, a few select items that will keep me toasty warm if it gets colder than 10 degrees. So, we'll have to see how that plays out. The good thing is, I think by the time I get through the Smoky Mountains, I won't need my winter gear anymore, and I can send it home and lighten my pack even further. Right now, my pack with a full load weighs approximately 28 pounds. So I'm pretty happy with that, and hopefully that weight will get me through. For cold weather, mainly while I'm in camp, I have this Enlightened Equipment puffy that, although I haven't tested it yet, every review on this thing says it's going to keep me toasty warm. So I'm looking forward to that. My other winter clothing, I've got thermal base layers, fleece lined base layers for top and bottom. And in case it gets really, really cold, as it is likely to do through the Smoky Mountains, I do have an outer pair of pants which will keep me warm. I have every confidence that I will not be cold, either in camp or on the trail. So we'll see how that plays out. My other clothing items, I plan on taking one pair of shorts, one pair that I'll be wearing, and I'll have one extra pair of shorts to wear for when I hit town and I need to do laundry. But for the most part, I will be wearing one set of clothes the entire way. I have 2 pairs of darn tough wool socks that I'll be taking with me, 1 pair of wool sock liners, toe socks, just on the off chance that I start having issues with blisters, those toe socks will save me. I will be wearing one polyester type shirt and taking a second one along for those laundry days. I will be taking sports shorts to hopefully completely reduce or eliminate any chafing that I'm going to have. I will have 2 pair of those. I have no doubt they're going to get extremely stinky. That's why I'm taking 2 pair that I will be wearing. I have a buff. This buff can do so many things. Cold weather, wrap it around your face. Hot weather, put it around your head, soak up the sweat. This buff is something that a person gave to me many, many, many years ago. And I am a Survivor fanatic. And so I've kept this thing all these years, and it'll be making this trip with me. So that person, she knows who she is, and I hope she enjoys this trip. As far as rain gear, I am going to be taking a Huck rain jacket. I have no idea how this thing is going to work. It's gotten some good reviews, but other hikers tell me that a rain jacket is almost kind of a waste of money. Most people recommend that you go down and grab some cheap ponchos or rain suits from Walmart. I didn't like that idea. I'm also taking an umbrella. This is an extremely lightweight umbrella. Again, this is a kind of a controversial item out there sometimes. Some people take it, never use it. Some people take it with them, send it back home. Some people take it with them and use it the entire trip and swear by it. So I'm going to take it with me and see how it works out. If it doesn't, I'll deal with it then. Other miscellaneous items that I'm going to be taking with me. I'm going to have a small first aid kit, a couple of strips of KT tape. I've got my electronics bag. What I'm taking with me is a Anchor charger. I'm taking 2 Anchor 10,000 whatever ohms, I don't know what they are, but 2 separate banks. So hopefully that will be enough to last me between pit stops out there. I'm taking a Nightcore headlamp. This is probably one of the most consistently used items out on the trail. Everybody wants the Nightcore. It's really good. It's got 3 settings of a white light and 3 settings of a red light. So that red light will come in awful handy when I'm in a campsite and not trying to bother other hikers with a bright white light. My cork ball. That's going to become my best friend out there. It's going to help me massage my feet during and at the end of each day. Try to relieve some of that soreness that I know I'm going to get. So I've tried it a few times. I love the cork ball. It's very cool. I have my roll of toilet paper. And I have my cat hole trowel. This is the little shovel that I'll be using to dig my holes for my waste. Hey, let's just get it out there. We all have to go poop. That is what I'm going to use to dig holes to bury my poop. I've got a small bag of repair kits for my sleeping pad, for my puffies, and for my tent. So, cross my fingers. Hopefully I'll never have to use them, but that's probably not going to happen. As I get further up north, I'm going to need this head net. The mosquitoes and the gnats, when you get up north, are almost unbearable. So some people use this, some people don't. It weighs almost nothing. I'm going to take it with me. I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So these are my bathroom items. I have my toothpaste, my toothbrush. I have wet ones. The wet ones will serve as my bath each night at the end of the day. And hopefully it gets some of the funk off of me so that other people can stand to be around me. And it'll hold me over until I get to the next place for a shower. I've got a couple of camping towels. I've got a small pair of scissors. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to trim my beard when I get out there, but scissors come in handy for a lot of different reasons. I also have a small pack of moleskin in there. I hope I don't get any blisters, but I'll be prepared for them if I do start to get any. I have a small sewing kit. I have some fingernail clippers. One of the most important items I'll be taking out with me is my Sawyer squeeze. There are no water faucets out there, or at least the ones that are there are very, very, very many miles apart. You will be making your fresh water from streams, runoff, whatever. When you find a water source, you will fill up your bottle and run it through this filter, and hopefully that will screen out any contaminants that are likely to get you sick. Attached to that, I have a CNOC 3-liter water bag, and this will come in handy for when I'm about to get to camp and I'm going to need additional water to boil, to cook my meals. I can carry up to 3 liters of water to camp, which I can use obviously to cook and to filter and prepare for the hiking of the next day. I'm taking along a few hot hands. They're usually not needed, but again, until I get through the Smoky Mountains, I'd rather have them and not need them, but we'll see how that plays out. I have a small fanny pack. Go ahead, everybody, laugh. This is not a fad. This is actually a very critical part of the items that you're going to take out there. This is a waterproof fanny pack made by Hyperlite. It is made out of the same material as my tent in my pack, Dyneema. And this is where I will carry any of my valuables and especially my cell phone. So I will definitely need it out there. This is my kitchen. I have a small can of propane. I have a small cooktop that goes on top. On top of that will go my pot, which is a 750 milliliter pot. This is where I will boil my water to pour into the meals that I will be taking. And this is an example. I think you've all seen these at Walmart and various other stores. They're pretty basic meals that you simply pour boiling water into them, wait a few minutes, and it's cooked. This is just a small example of the food items that I'm going to be eating, but along with that, I have my bear bag. Bear bags are required on the trail. Some people carry bear canisters. I've seen those. They're extremely bulky. I have no desire to carry one of those. One of the bad things about having a bear bag, though, is that certain places where they don't already have a bear bag hang or a bear box that you can put your food items into, you have to hang it up in a tree. And it is what it is. I don't mind doing that because the reality is, no, you don't want the bears or other animals to get your food. But here's the thing. If you leave your food out on the trail and you don't hang it properly and you don't store it properly, then that can be dangerous for the bear. If a bear comes into a camp and does damage or harms people, we all know what's going to happen to that bear. We don't need that to happen. So when it's necessary, I will be hanging my bear bag into a tree as I should be doing. And hopefully everybody that's traveling with me will do the same thing. So all right, so that's pretty much it. That's everything that I will be taking with me. So this will be my life for the next 6 months. When I get out on the trail, I'll show some more videos of me processing my water, cooking my meals, setting up my tent, doing all those things so that everybody out there watching gets a better idea. So Listen, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm getting more and more excited every day. I've got just over a week left before I go down to Georgia and hit the trail. And I'm just so looking forward to it. So hopefully you folks out there that are watching my videos enjoy them and come along for the ride. It ought to be one hell of a fun time. See you later.